Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. Alright folks, here we are after market close on Wednesday, September 27th. We're going to take a look at Paysafe today. So Paysafe, just a quick recap here. We had noted this pattern previously, squeezed itself out of there. Big move up, over 23% to the upside on this day. Quickly peeled back with a minus 7% followed by a minus 9% day. And that took care of basically all of those gains. And now today it's sort of trying to settle itself around this 1189 level that we had in, which is where it settled from that big sell-off and where it sort of jumped when it had been hitting resistance there. So it flipped from resistance, big jump up, and refound that as support. And then a little sort of retracement back up here, sort of a double top, and then sold off and sort of creating this like M pattern here, if you will. So I'm sort of interested to see, is that going to mean that it's going to have to come down and test, 1135, sort of the inverted W pattern. But I don't know, could also, be signaling here a double bottom and the chance to kind of make some motion upward. But these levels are all still very much in play. If we zoom into the intraday today, because the volume, pretty ugly chart just in the sense of the structure and the view of these candles. But, came in today, wasn't able to make a run up at the 1228 level. Came within 8 cents or so here, I guess. Oh, it wasn't quite that close, but 10 cents or so. And then, steep sell-off into close here. Not 100% sure what that's all about, or if that will hold. It's down over 2% in the after hours. So we'll see if there's anything to that, or if it's just sort of it doing weird after hours things. But by close of today, at least it was up almost 1.5%. And almost sort of like making a similar pattern here. So we'll see what that amounts to, if anything. But on the daily, I think it looks much, much nicer, right? Nice wicking up here on the day. So if that starts to account for anything, and we have a little bit of higher lows happening here as of late. Yesterday's low, 1181. Today's low, 1184. So just barely, but it also had a higher high. So we'll see if that can sort of start to accumulate and contribute to maybe a real attempt at running at this 1228. Could potentially thwart off this additional sell-off due to this double top here. We'll see. On the Thinkorswim study, this is also on the daily. We do have this 180 to 200 EMA cloud come swooping in. So we'll see if it is able to make a run up toward that range. That would be more, quite a bit higher. That would be as you're approaching really 15 almost, or at least the mid 14s. We'll see how much influence that has if it's able to get up there. But also it's triggering and firing recently. So we see this trigger and fire here, which was a pretty good call out. That was the day that it had this really big run up, and then obviously very volatile action right back down to the mid-range of the channel, which is what you'd at least want. But in recent days, it slipped the mid-range of the channel, and now it's sort of curling back toward it. So what's it going to do? Is it going to be able to at least make an attempt back at the mid-range, that bright blue 1254 right now level, or what's going to happen? Even with sort of this slight curling up that we were just talking about, the higher lows and the higher highs, it's showing in the TTM squeeze indicator increasing bearish momentum. So all of that happening while the RSI is slightly on the rise, not so much. But we'll see if that sort of amounts to anything. But just to note, there is a 3-candle trigger and now a 4-candle fire that has followed that, and interested to see if we get a strong rejection off of here, or if there's a different move to come, or who knows, it's an indicator, so it could have just misindicated and nothing is about to happen. But in any case, given sort of Paysafe's history, even a sideways move at this point, rather than a pull back down even below double digits or what have you, might be a welcomed sign We do see, I'm just looking back here when it had this large retracement and then was able to push back up, just trying to see where it was accumulating. It's, it was right along a similar range. It was here from, 11s up through the mid 12s. So similar-ish to where it is now. And again, right where it was catching resistance prior to that big move up over 15. So pretty important range that it's in at the moment, and pretty interesting area that we find it on the Thinkorswim study as well. All right, folks, I hope that you had a happy hump day and that you finish your week off strong in the days ahead. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.